What's up everybody, Luke Deutschlander here with another video. If you guys like my videos, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what you should be investing in and possible things and businesses that you could get started right now for under $5,000. So a lot of people out there want to invest their phone flipping profits into real estate or property rentals. Now, although real estate and property rentals are an awesome business model, not everybody has $15, $20, or $30 or $40,000 to invest into a single family home or a multiplex or apartment rental. And so for the reason being that it takes quite a bit of capital to get into this stuff, I want to try and bring you guys something that is a little bit less money to start up and basically, just get into your own company and, have some passive or residual income. So something that I've come across lately and something that I've been curious about for a very long time is investing into the ATM business and getting started in that industry. So I came across a friend of mine basically that's been in this industry since the 2000s. So he's been in this business about 18 years, guys. He's an awesome guy. He's based out of Florida and he owns over 100 ATMs. Back in, I can't remember what year it was, but he told me when he had 20 to 30 ATMs, he was making around $9,000 to $12,000 a month, which is a pretty big deal given the average cost of actually buying an ATM is only $2,500. So that's pretty awesome. He now has over 100 ATMs. I guess I don't really know exactly what he's grossing each month, but I know it's quite a bit. This is a really good opportunity for people out there who are in bigger cities that have places that get a lot of foot traffic that have higher populations. Now, it can work in smaller towns. You can place ATMs in bars, etc. But this is something out there for people who live in high populated areas where maybe getting into a real estate venture or rental venture is really not feasible just because of the fact that, if you're in California, buying a apartment complex could cost you, over $1 million probably easily. Where an ATM actually costs you the same amount no matter where you are, and the fees are likely higher in these bigger cities too compared to a city like mine. So that being said, guys, I want to talk a little bit about getting into the ATM industry and how it could really change your residual income, specter or whatever you've got going on personally right now. ATM investing could actually, make a really big difference for you guys, because if you guys do have phone flipping profits just sitting around, it's really not going to be, efficient to just let that money sit around. If you're not using your money or investing in it, guys, you're really not going to ever make any more money. So that being said, guys, here's some pros to the ATM industry. So number one, guys, it only costs around $2,500 to actually order and get a brand new ATM setup. It sometimes is a little bit more money than that, but figure $2,500 to get into a brand new ATM that accepts chip cards and then, all other debit or credit cards, etc. So it's really nice. It doesn't really cost that much money. It's not like putting $15,000 or $20,000 down on a house. So you literally need less than $5,000 to get started into this industry, and you can actually have your money start working for you. So another big pro about the ATM industry, number two, is pretty much all of the ATM networks are online. In fact, they are all online. And so it's really simple. Once you actually get it set up, this business is pretty much an autopilot business. It's not like managing rentals, managing tenants, applications, making repairs, etc. Of course, you're going to have maintenance in the ATM business, but it's far and few apart. You don't have much maintenance. The average life of an ATM machine that's actually a good brand, not some off brand, is around 8 years. So that's really nice for an investment of $2,500, guys. That's a pretty big deal. That being said, guys, this automatic and online network is really nice. Whenever somebody makes a withdrawal in the ATM, basically any money that's in the ATM gets pulled from the withdrawee's account. It gets put into your ATM and then it gets funneled into your bank. So that being said, guys, every time somebody makes a withdrawal, the money goes back to your bank account along with the profit or the ATM fee charge that you charge. So any money that you put into the ATM, which you as the ATM service provider, you're going to be the one providing the business with an ATM, you guys will be funding the ATM with your cash. So every time somebody makes a withdrawal, you get your cash back to your bank account since it's all linked through the ATM network, and then any withdrawal fees or profit goes into your bank account also. So you literally don't have to touch these things. Once an ATM is set up, you don't really have to do anything other than the fact that the ATM will notify you when it needs extra cash put into it. So that's another nice thing. You don't actually have to go around and physically check the ATMs. Typically, the ATM will send an alert out to your online network and basically let you know that you do not have to go there and refill it with cash. If it's low, it's going to let you know. So you don't have to go around and physically check it. So that's huge pros to this business. And the third biggest reason why I think the ATM business is really something you guys should consider and get into is the fact that they're basically a really safe investment. It's not like, investing in, the stock market, and it could go up, it could go down. I'm not saying the stock market is bad, but for those of you guys that do trade stocks, if you guys haven't noticed, the market has been declining quite a bit so far this year. Just kind of in general, it really hasn't been so hot so far. These ATMs are smaller ATMs. I'm not talking about the big ones that you guys see outside at banks, but I'm talking about an ATM that takes up about 2 to 3 cubic feet or 2 to 3 cubic square feet. And basically it just sits inside of a business location, and it just takes up minimal space, and you only load them with around $1,500 to $2,000, and whenever it needs to be refilled, you guys go there and do that. Now, the biggest pro, I think, to this business is the fact that you can scale really, really, really fast. Just because of the fact that it's only $2,000 to $3,000 to set up an ATM rather than, $15,000 to $25,000 to put money down on a property and to rent it out, etc. And then another really big pro to this business, guys, and this one's probably my favorite, is that it's a really easy sell. So it's really easy to sell a business on putting an ATM in there, and this is how you do it. So one, you walk up to the business owner, guys, and you talk to them, and you basically tell them a little bit about your company and tell them you'd like to place an ATM in their business. So naturally, the business owner is going to ask, what's the benefit to me? So you say, well, number one, sir, customers no longer have to only use credit cards in your business. And for those of you guys that don't know, most businesses get charged, I think, 2.5 or 3.5%, some maybe even higher in different locations, every time a customer uses a credit card or a debit card because they have credit card or debit card processing machines. So for that reason being, that's going to save them 3% right there. So you make the pitch that way. So you tell them that this cash will help promote your small business growth or your bar or your club rather than you paying a fee every time somebody pays you. If somebody buys a $3 drink and you're getting charged 3% on that, well, that's not very fun. The business owner really doesn't make, little to anything on that. So that being said, it saves them money in fees and it promotes small business growth by having people paying cash. On top of that, you tell the business owner that you will be willing to pay them a small part of the transaction fee every time somebody uses their card in your ATM. So the business owner then gets a kickback also, and then the business owner is going to say, okay, what about liability, or what about, putting cash in the ATM? That's when you tell them that you provide all the cash and you will service the ATM also, and it's no liability to the business owner. So basically, the business owner looks at this, guys, as it's only a benefit to them, which makes it a really, really, really easy sale for you because you're not really selling the business owner on anything. You're basically just kind of explaining the benefits to them, and you're not really selling them on anything, and it's basically only a benefit to the business owner. There really is no risk for the business owner, since he's not going to be funding it with cash, and he's not going to be, performing any maintenance on it, and basically you give him your business card after the ATM is set up, and then he's going to be calling you if he has any issues with it. So those are some big pros about this business, guys. Honestly, I haven't looked into it too much, but from what I'm seeing, there really isn't many cons to the ATM business other than the fact that, sometimes certain locations or good locations might be bought up already. But the nice thing about this business is there's always opportunity for somebody to come in and make a better offer or maybe a better kickback to the business owner and get a contract with the business location owner and get your ATM in that business. So that being said, guys, I think this is one of the, if not the best investment to make if you guys are working with under $5,000 in capital. If you guys have $6,000 or $7,000, you guys might be able to actually get 2 ATMs, up and running out there rather than your money sitting in a safety deposit box or bank account and getting no interest or making no money at all. The nice thing about ATMs also, guys, is that you do get, account statements, and banks are very familiar with the ATM business since most banks do have ATMs. In fact, I think all banks have ATMs, at least I would hope so. And so for that reason being, you guys will actually have some provable income on your tax returns if you want to get into bigger things such as real estate as you scale your ATM portfolio. Where, phone flipping sometimes to some banks, even though you might get a 1099 from PayPal or Stripe or whatever online payment processor you're using, it's kind of hard to explain to a mortgage broker, I pay cash for smartphones and I pick them up off the street. It just, it sounds kind of odd to them. And, if you're in a smaller town, sometimes banks really don't deal with many online entrepreneurs and they might not even understand your business. But if you have an ATM business, that actually has, money coming in and out of your checking account that's linked to the ATM network at your bank, they're going to be able to see all that. It's verifiable. They can see it coming in and out, and they're going to understand, hey, I own an ATM company, rather than, oh, I own an online business. If you guys have seen, many online entrepreneurs struggle with getting, exotic car loans or mortgage loans just because of the fact that the bank doesn't really understand how this person's making so much money with no overhead. A bank likes to be able to hold titles or real estate notes just in case something goes bad or the person defaults. We're an online business. The bank really can't hold you to anything. They don't have any property to hold to. And like I said, a lot of this online business stuff seems to be newer to mortgage brokers, especially in smaller towns. So that being said, guys, I just wanted to chat about this a little bit today. I do have my friend's course. Actually, it's going to be in a link down below in the description if you guys want to check out the ATM course that he has. It's really, really good. I've talked to a lot of his students, and all of them have really, really, really good things to say about the ATM course, especially for people, who are in bigger cities. He goes through everything step by step, which, it's a huge thing when you're jumping into a new business. You're going to have questions. He's a very personable guy. He's been in the ATM business since the 2000s, and, he owns over 100 ATMs, which is a huge deal, guys. So he's a walking, talking ATM guru, basically, and I think you guys would be very happy if you guys made an investment with him and just started in the ATM business industry, just because of the fact that it doesn't require much capital to start. It's something new. Also, I think a lot of people are getting a little bit sick of this online business stuff just because it's everywhere. Everybody's talking about online businesses, and online businesses are awesome, but it would be nice to get into something a little bit different. I think that's why, I'm into real estate and rentals, just because of the fact that I can only handle so much online, knowledge and talking to people and, YouTube videos and coaching students. It's nice to have a little break away from that, and it's also good to diversify your business and your knowledge. So that being said, guys, there will be a link for the course down below. If you guys want to get that, go ahead and check it out, or at least give it a look, because I really think, the ATM business is a great place to invest your phone flipping money, especially if you don't yet have the capital saved up to actually buy a real estate rental. And even then, if you do have real estate rentals, I think it's still a really great area to, put some of your money. So that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.